What's up, folks? Honey's Morning Update, December 6th. So we had an opening up here yesterday that I thought maybe we'd get over 77, come back, test that high of 10, or at least that 95 level, but no, it got sad. And then we considered drop to, 87 was your low. Which was interesting because we were able to get a PCS off before that big drop. So upside, 4750 is still a huge target. So we need that above that to get back into this area. So I would look at that as your first major resistance, and then this 7780 level would probably be next, and then the 95 level. So those are kind of what I'm looking at upside. 44,006 is your over under today. That's a big level. So you had a close there and then an opening and a close and an opening there. So that's substantial. So that's going to be a great over under. As of now, we are under it. So that puts us in bearish. Yesterday's low is 87. I would watch that. Key levels are going to be 71, 72, and then the monster, which is really at 60, 62. So 60, 62 is really what I'm watching. We get below that, and then we're going to start to flirt with the 40s. And then you have the 100-day at 37. So we're still in between that 150. Again, I could see so we ripped up, we came down, maybe a consolidation day. Again, I thought we'd have a consolidation day yesterday. This is very light holiday trade, so anything can happen, but there's no economic news coming out right now. We had trade deficit, which missed by a little bit, so exports are down, but other than that, there's nothing substantial. So I wouldn't expect any crazy move, although we didn't expect it yesterday, or at least I didn't, and we got one. So I guess stay on your toes. Anyway, 94 is the low, 14 is your high. We're in between that fairly shallow overnight range. Let's look at, Euro. Here's that 106 level I was watching. It tapped it. And then, again, are we going to come back down, or is this going to continue to go up? I don't know. British pound also, same thing with that resistance at 23. So we hit, and then now we're looking at that. Those arrows never mean up. Anyway, we do have a small cash gap from yesterday. 52 to 71. I still have one on the upside up to 41.10. That got chewed up into a little, and then I have that doozy down below there, but I wouldn't worry about that little guy. Weekly, still intact. Daily, here's your trend line that everyone else has. Now, I did see this morning someone else had another trend line ups here, so you could think about that, where you're kind of in a pigeon right now, or a wedge. But I don't know. So this is the way I look at it as, we've come up, down, push up, down. And we've pushed up. We've hit resistance. We hit the 200-day. We hit that line, that trend line, and now we're going to come back down. So 2-year POC is 39.09, which is interesting. So that's going to be a level to watch if we get back below that. But again, we'll see. There really shouldn't be much movement until next week, preparing for. But there's always risk. There's always Europe. There's always other things coming out. So here's your economic. So we had trade deficit today. Whatever this shit is, initial claims. So this might move Thursday. And then UMich might be important on Friday, but then next week is when it all really comes down to everything. That Wednesday, you have CPI on Tuesday, and then your Fed fund rate announcement. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, stay safe, in and out. As you saw yesterday, the PCS, we took it, got out, and then it would have been a max loss if you would have stayed. So trade carefully, in and out, and I will be in the room.